Imagine a life where every setback, every harsh critique, and every moment of arrogance is transformed into an opportunity for growth. In Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday invites us to examine our inner world, to recognize that ego, this relentless inner voice that sometimes overinflates our sense of self or, conversely, diminishes our potential, can be our greatest obstacle if left unchecked. Holiday's core message is simple yet profound. Ego is not a badge of honor. Rather, it is the enemy of true success, learning, and progress. Whether you're an aspiring leader, a creative soul, or someone seeking personal fulfillment, understanding and mastering your ego is essential. Over the next several parts, we will journey through the many ways in which ego manifests in our lives, and more importantly, how we can harness humility, discipline, and resilience to rise above it. The dual nature of ego. Ego can be deceptive. On one side, it can inflate your confidence to the point of arrogance, blinding you to your own mistakes and alienating those around you. On the other, it can be a crippling force that saps your confidence, making you overly self-critical and fearful of failure. Holiday explains that the true enemy is not our ambition or our drive, but the self-delusion that clouds our judgment. In part 1, we explore the origins of our ego. Many of us are conditioned from childhood, told to be smart, or special, or to avoid failure at all costs. These early lessons often lead us to develop a fixed notion of our worth. Instead of seeing our abilities as malleable, we come to believe they are set in stone. This fixed mindset traps us in a cycle where setbacks are viewed as personal failures rather than opportunities to learn and grow. Holiday argues that real growth begins when we learn to quiet this inner noise. When we accept that our value isn't determined by external accolades or fleeting moments of pride, we open ourselves to continuous improvement. The journey begins by questioning the narratives we've been taught about success and failure. It is a process of deconstructing our ego, peeling away layers of false pride and deep-seated insecurities to reveal the authentic self beneath. Understanding your triggers. One of the first steps to mastering your ego is to identify what triggers it. Perhaps it's a harsh comment, a perceived failure, or even the success of others. These triggers often force us into a defensive mode where we either overreact or withdraw entirely. Recognizing these triggers is crucial. They are signals that our ego is trying to protect itself. By acknowledging these moments without judgment, we can learn to respond more mindfully. In this process, self-reflection is key. Start by keeping a journal where you note down the situations that stir up strong emotions. Over time, patterns will emerge. You might notice that certain types of criticism led you to lash out, or that success in a peer group makes you feel undeserving. Once you become aware of these patterns, you can start working on strategies to manage your reactions. Remember, the goal isn't to suppress your feelings but to understand and channel them constructively. Part 2. The dangers of ego in personal and professional life. Ego in relationships. Ego doesn't only affect us internally. It shapes how we relate to others. In personal relationships, an unchecked ego can lead to conflicts, misunderstandings, and even the breakdown of trust. When we let our pride dictate our actions, we often fail to listen to others, dismiss their perspectives, or become overly defensive. Consider a scenario where you're in a heated discussion with a friend or partner. If you let your ego dominate, you might insist that you're right, even when evidence suggests otherwise. This inflexibility can create emotional distance and breed resentment. Holiday emphasizes that humility is the antidote. When you set aside your ego, you open the door to genuine connection and mutual respect. Instead of competing over who's right, you learn to collaborate, to compromise, and to value the other person's viewpoint. Ego in the workplace. In a professional setting, ego can be equally destructive. Whether you're an employee or a leader, letting ego drive your decisions can hinder innovation and stifle collaboration. In the workplace, the focus should be on collective success rather than individual glory. However, many professionals fall into the trap of wanting to protect their pride at all costs. They may avoid taking responsibility for mistakes, or conversely, overestimate their abilities to avoid criticism. Holiday shares stories of successful leaders who attribute their achievements not to unyielding confidence, but to the willingness to admit mistakes, learn from them, and build on collective wisdom. In the corporate world, Humility and openness often lead to better decision-making, improved teamwork, and a more inclusive environment where everyone's ideas are valued. The cost of overinflated ego. An overinflated ego can also blind us to our own limitations. When we're convinced of our infallibility, we're less likely to seek feedback, learn from our experiences, or adapt to changing circumstances. This hubris not only stifles personal growth but can also lead to catastrophic failures in business and personal projects. On the flip side, a suppressed or fragile ego might make us overly self-critical and fearful of taking risks. In both cases, the result is the same. We lose the opportunity to evolve and to harness our full potential. The lesson here is that balance is key. A healthy ego is one that recognizes its own worth without inflating it. It allows you to pursue your ambitions while remaining open to feedback and self-improvement. Practical reflections reflect on your own life. Have there been moments when pride led to conflict? Or times when fear of failure prevented you from seizing an opportunity? Acknowledging these instances is the first step in reclaiming control over your ego. As you journey forward, strive to cultivate a mindset where your value is not defined by external validation, but by your ongoing commitment to growth and learning. Part 3. Strategies for mastering ego and embracing humility. Cultivating a growth mindset. A key strategy to keep your ego in check is to adopt a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset shifts your focus from a fixed sense of talent to a dynamic process of improvement. Instead of seeing setbacks as reflections of your worth, you view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Start by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. When you encounter failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This question not only diffuses the sting of failure but also empowers you to improve continuously. Over time, you'll build a resilient spirit that sees every obstacle as a stepping stone to success. Practicing self-reflection and mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to temper the ego. By learning to observe your thoughts without judgment, you can recognize when your ego is taking control. Meditation, journaling, and even simple breathing exercises can help you remain grounded in the present moment. When you practice mindfulness, you create a mental space where you can choose your reactions rather than being driven by impulsive pride or fear. Take time each day to reflect on your interactions. Ask yourself if your reactions were driven by ego or if you were open to learning. This practice not only improves your emotional intelligence but also nurtures humility. Remember, humility isn't about diminishing your achievements. It's about understanding that there is always more to learn. Seeking constructive feedback. One of the most challenging aspects of managing your ego is accepting feedback, especially when it's critical. Yet, feedback is an essential ingredient for growth. Instead of dismissing criticism, embrace it as a gift. Look for the kernel of truth in every comment and use it to refine your skills and strategies. Surround yourself with people who challenge you and encourage you to grow. A strong support system, composed of mentors, peers, and friends, can provide honest insights that help you keep your ego in balance. Over time, this practice will not only improve your performance but also enhance your interpersonal relationships. Letting go of the need for external validation. Perhaps one of the most liberating strategies is to free yourself from the constant need for approval. The opinions of others are fleeting, but your inner voice is eternal. When you stop relying on external validation, you reclaim your power. Focus on your personal values and goals. Celebrate your progress, however small, and let your intrinsic worth guide you. Learn to appreciate your own journey. Recognize that every step, every misstep, and every success is a testament to your growth. By valuing your internal standards over the applause of others, you set yourself on a path toward authentic self-improvement. Part 4. Overcoming setbacks and building resilience. Transforming setbacks into opportunities. Setbacks are inevitable. What defines us is not the adversity we face, but how we respond to it. Every failure carries within it a lesson, a chance to build resilience and to refine our approach. Instead of succumbing to despair, view setbacks as temporary detours on the road to success. When you encounter a failure, resist the urge to let it define you. Instead, take a step back, analyze the situation, and ask, what can I learn from this? This proactive approach transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. It is through overcoming adversity that you build the strength and wisdom necessary to achieve lasting success. Developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after a setback. It's a skill that can be cultivated through continuous practice and reflection. One of the most effective ways to build resilience is by setting small, achievable goals and celebrating each victory, no matter how minor. These victories accumulate over time, reinforcing your belief in your own capabilities. Engage in practices that promote mental and emotional strength. Meditation, physical exercise, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle are all vital components of resilience. When your body and mind are in harmony, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges. Reflect on past experiences where you overcame difficulties, and use those memories as motivation to persevere in the face of new challenges. Embracing change. Change is the only constant in life. Accepting this truth is a fundamental aspect of overcoming setbacks. When you let go of the illusion of permanence, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Embrace change as a natural part of life, a dynamic process that invites growth and renewal. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This attitude not only reduces stress but also frees up mental space for creative problem solving. As you learn to navigate change with confidence, you begin to see that every twist and turn is a part of your evolving journey. The role of perspective. One of the most powerful tools in overcoming setbacks is shifting your perspective. Instead of fixating on what went wrong, focus on what you can gain from the experience. Cultivate gratitude for the lessons learned and use them as stepping stones to a brighter future. This mindset of optimism transforms obstacles into catalysts for personal growth. Reflect on your journey and appreciate every challenge that has shaped you. The struggles of the past are not chains that hold you back. They are the very elements that forge your resilience. By reframing your setbacks as valuable experiences, you empower yourself to move forward with renewed determination. Part 5. Conclusion. Embracing your true potential. As we reach the end of this transformative journey through Ego is the Enemy, it's time to reflect on the powerful lessons we've learned. Your ego, that ever-present force in your mind, can either hold you back or propel you forward. The choice is yours. By acknowledging its influence, embracing humility, and fostering a growth mindset, you free yourself to pursue a life of true fulfillment. Every setback, every piece of criticism, and every moment of self-doubt is a part of your journey, a journey of continuous growth and transformation. When you learn to silence the inner critic and to appreciate your intrinsic worth, you unlock the potential to achieve greatness in all areas of life. Remember, true strength lies not in denying your imperfections but in embracing them. It lies in the willingness to learn from your failures, to seek feedback, and to persist even when the odds are against you. The path to success is not linear, and every detour offers a lesson in resilience. As you move forward, let these insights guide you. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. Invest in yourself by cultivating new skills and nurturing your well-being. Celebrate every small victory along the way, for each one builds the foundation of your future success. Surround yourself with positive influences who encourage your growth and share your vision for a better tomorrow. Always remain curious and open-minded, for it is through continual learning that you unlock your true potential. This is not the end of your journey. It's just the beginning. Your path to mastering your ego and transforming your life is ongoing, filled with infinite possibilities and opportunities for growth. The insights from Ego is the Enemy are not mere theories. They are practical, actionable steps that, when embraced, can lead to a more fulfilling and successful life. So, stand tall, remain humble, and let your inner strength shine. As you integrate these lessons into your daily life, you will not only overcome the limitations imposed by your ego but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth and authenticity. Your journey is uniquely yours, filled with challenges, triumphs, and the continuous evolution of your true self. Thank you for joining this exploration of the power and pitfalls of ego. May these lessons empower you to lead a life defined not by your limitations, but by your limitless potential. Embrace the challenge, transform your mindset, and let your journey of growth begin today.